shimmy day, shimmy day.
Enter the gray.
Hey,
Cheers.
what's going on? What is that you're drinking? What is that? Is that a?
This is a Sauvignon Blanc from New Zealand. It's
It's
got
what?
grapefruit and gooseberry notes.
Okay. Wow. Okay. Then I don't even know what that means. You know what I'm drinking? I mean, I'm drinking the H2O.
Hmm.
It was tempered in a spring that bears don't shit in, and it's quite tasty. It's
That's what it is.
actually it's from First Street Purified Drinking Water.
Okay, First Street. There
Yeah.
you go. You got Gangster Water, y'all. Savage
First
AF
off, first
is the
off,
name of the show. Forget your feelings. Facts matter. We'll be cursing in 3 minutes and 40 seconds. In the meantime, in between time, I'm your boy Black Pedro, and this is
I am Shang.
he is Shang. We are both comedians. We're here to give you politics, hot topics, current events, in an I don't give a fluff kind of style. Again, the algorithm suggests that we don't curse within the first 5 minutes. So fluff that.
You know what? I am so tired of these mother fluffers.
I'm
Okay,
flabbergasted.
and they
Uh,
can suck my Rick.
honeysuckle. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
That being said, though, Savage AF, forget your feelings, facts matter. We are here for you typically Monday through Friday, 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, typically on YouTube and Facebook simultaneously. Now, if you ever miss us live,
Right.
you might as well spend the rest of your life sniffing dog butt because I don't know what your purpose
Wait a
is.
minute. Wait a minute. Your whole life, or just?
I mean, the rest of it, you
But
know,
that's a lot.
at the point in which you miss us live,
I
you
know,
might
but
as
that's a lot, man. What you just said. Like, what if somebody new tunes in and they don't know any better, and then they're thinking,
no.
damn, I got to go sniff
This show
Rottweiler's
is called
hole.
Savage's Fluff, man.
Okay, okay, I'll
Until we
give you
start
that.
cursing,
I
it's
just felt like
Savage's
that's a
Fluff.
lot, man. I
Now, I
feel
don't
like,
give a fluff.
hey, man, just watch
Fluff your feelings.
Will you stop and calm the fluff down? You're
I'm drinking
fluffing, making me
Sauvignon
crazy.
Blanc. You think I give a fluff?
Okay, well, you know what? I don't care what you're drinking with your Sauvignon Blanc. And by the way, I want you to know something. You're drinking Sauvignon Blanc, and you killed my father. Prepare to
My
die.
name is Inego Montoya.
Bacteria. And I'm drinking Sauvignon Blanc.
That being said, man, if you ever miss us live, we do have a YouTube channel which we have all our shows archived, so you can unfluff yourself. You know what I'm saying? And refluff your life in a positive direction.
Slash.
YouTube.com/C/SavageAF World. All one word.
All one word. All
When you
one
get to
word.
the channel, but when
And
you
you're
get
gonna
to the
get
channel,
when you get to the channel,
don't be weird.
do
Don't just be
exactly what a
scared.
nigga came for. Bell. Click the bell. Make sure you click the bell. But you know what? While
Ding,
your thumbs work,
ding.
if your thumbs work, use it in a cool, sexy way. Get your sip on while you're at it.
Mix your thumb in that cola, yo.
Now,
You know what it is.
if you look above us, it's Savage
It's
A
above us now.
dot F. That's on the Facebookage. Go there, follow us, subscribe.
It's not just Savage A.F. It's Savage A.F. Dot. You need that second dot, or you will get lost in a multiverse of savages, and we don't want you to do it.
Right.
Come to the
And we
home of
see
it.
people coming into the feed. Nicole H already starting shit saying that I
Shane,
still owe you money.
you have 30
That
seconds
is not,
before you
I
can
have
play.
not. I'm not paying none of y'all. He ain't in jail. Stop it. None of these people are in jail. So shut your mouth and go make daddy.
We'll get into it today.
Yeah,
But
we're gonna get into it.
we
Nicole.
do want to say hi to Nicole,
Yeah,
as well as AJ Fit is in the building.
Yeah, go make me a sandwich, Nicole. Shut your mouth. Daddy wants some cheesecake. Walk to the Cheesecake Factory in Brooklyn, get it, and bring it back to me and shut your mouth.
Really? You going you gonna go Cheesecake Factory over Juniors? Come on, dog.
No, but Cheesecake
You don't
Factory.
even sound like a real New Yorker no more.
No, why I
son.
said Cheesecake Factory?
You said Brooklyn.
Because I know, but no, I know. But I'm just saying a lot of you women don't want a dude to take you to Cheesecake Factory because it's lower than your expectations of what a man should bring. Okay? You
First of all,
lucky.
the Cheesecake Factory has 75-page menu.
Well, yeah.
The variety alone is.
Well, they got a wizard back there.
I mean, what do you want? Like, do you want wonton egg rolls, a burger? They got. I don't even know. Like the reason I don't mess with Cheesecake Factory anymore is like it would literally take me 7 hours to order
Right.
because I'm just like it's so many
So
pages
much.
of menu. I'm like, oh,
No, WDMA
do I
Warrior knows
want
what I'm talking about. This
cornmeal?
woman, the reason I said Cheesecake Factory, some woman
I know. I seen it.
yeah, yeah. So the bottom line is
It's trending.
all you women out there, that don't like the Cheesecake Factory, and even though you was late and it's your fault that we didn't go to the other restaurant, you know what? Subscribe to the goddamn channel and go home and make daddy a sandwich. Okay? That's it. But Savage AF, now there's one more thing I gotta let y'all know. I know that we started off kind of thing with the subscribe to the channel. We told you got to do the thumbs up. You know, great. You got to do all that, but you know, social media wise, there's something else we got to make sure that you know to do. Now, there's this app that trends with a lot of people. It's popular. People are on it. People get videos on it.
It's
Photos.
omnipotent. It's the
Yeah.
only thing that matters.
It's
There's
all that
nothing
matters.
else on earth. Your children don't matter. Your ancestors do not matter. If you do not have a following on these platforms, you are nothing.
Okay. Wow.
Please follow me, please.
That got dark, but not as
Please.
dark as Black Pedro. Make sure that you follow Black Pedro and also follow me at Comedian Shang. And
We are nothing.
by the way, my booty hole's brown. No, I'm sorry. That's his from song. And make sure that
It's
you.
so how do you even know? I don't know if I've seen my
I've
booty
never
hole.
seen my booty hole.
No.
Black Pedro
Black Pedro,
and
no.
myself, Comedian Shang, on Threads. That's it. Threads. It looks like a graphic of poop. Make sure you do that. Make sure you.
It's a twin cousin of
Right.
but man, that's deep. I don't have I
Yeah.
seen my like I don't have a mental image
I
of
have
my
never
own
seen. Well,
asshole.
no, I've seen my heart. I've seen my heart before. I saw an image of my heart when I was getting,
Damn.
stuff done to my heart, where they go up through your vein in your thigh, and then they go up to your heart with a camera, and you can see when they're doing it to your heart. And the
Yeah.
dude was fingering my heart, and
Right, that doesn't sound right.
I
I
mean, he
guess
was.
it's better than your butthole, but
Yeah. So I'd rather get my heart fingered than my booty hole.
but
But
I've never seen my own, but it's all good, y'all.
right, yeah, but
Savage AF, man. Fuck your feelings. Facts matter. We are at that threshold,
we're
man. You
at,
know what
yes,
it
we
is.
yeah, and listen, all you motherfuckers. Oh yeah, now and Kevin Keith is right. Notice the Negroids ain't getting no
Hold on,
please.
we're not even in the show
That's not
yet.
even
So
into the show yet. He
we'll
jumped
save
in
that. We'll save that. But what up to Kevin Keith, WDMA Warrior? I see y'all. Anybody else who has jumped in the meantime, in between time, we appreciate you. That being said, man,
Yeah,
it is Tuesday, October 24th, 2023, in the
2020.
time space continuum. Fuck your feelings, facts matter. By the
Facts
way,
matter.
if you are in LA, Shang and I will be at the Miracle Theater tonight, 8 p.m.
Tonight.
California. So come through, man. But that being said, fuck your feelings, facts matter. Here's what the deal is. We're gonna end today's show with a Shangri, because the minister of Shangri is here. Rolling down the street, smoking endo, sipping on genocide juice. Questions.
Questions.
Laid back. No,
Laid back.
we got some Shangri's got some genocide and juice questions for you.
Yes.
Before we get into that, the Black page will pop in today is follow the lawyers, right? Which will be a sort of it's an analog, I guess, to our opening topic, which is I don't know if you guys know this thing. I don't know if you how I know you don't have like you're an Android dude, so you don't have iTunes.
Hey, man. Hey,
I
you know
didn't mean
what?
that derogatively.
Hey,
It's
nah, man.
just
I don't
that's
like the
what
way
that
you.
means.
I don't like the way you said that, man. It's messed up, man. Because people think
Not,
Androids is less than iPhones, and they're not. Actually, technically,
they
Androids
cost less, I
are
think.
they? No, they don't. They cost a lot, and they cost the $1,400, and They are a better phone in all
My iPhone is
categories.
$3 million, dog. I'm
Okay,
sorry.
what are you
I'll be
talking about?
paying on this for a while. But
Exactly.
here's the thing. Here's the thing. I don't
What's up,
mean
Rhonda?
I'm not trying to be derogatory about this,
Sounds like you're starting off
but
very derogatory.
but I know that you're not subscribed to like a music platform, right?
What?
So
Yes.
you might not be aware that former Donald Trump chief of staff Mark Meadows is dropping the Christmas album, and this nigga can sing.
Sang.
As I was talking to my mother about half an hour before we went live, we were talking about Mark Meadows. We were just talking. We were talking shit about because my mom was trying to figure out who was going to flip next, and as she was talking, MSNBC actually came with the breaking news chyron, like actual breaking news
Two different
that
breaking
said,
newses.
well, it's a bunch, but this is a big one, and I want to start with this. That again, former Chief of Staff, White House Chief of Staff Mark Meadows, right, shunned the January 6th committee, didn't show up for that.
Um,
Because you know what? It's not a legal process.
right.
But in the Jack Smith January 6th case that's housed in Washington, D.C., as I was talking to my mother shit about motherfucking Mark Meadows, the Chiron came up and said, breaking news, Mark Meadows has been granted immunity by special counsel and says that he warned Trump about the 2020 election lies that he was telling.
Okay, but
So hold on, Shane. I
okay.
just
Well, no. Go ahead. But I
if you
mean,
got a question,
there's a
spill it.
no. There's another person that flipped too. You can't leave that woman out.
No. These are two different cases.
Well, yeah,
This
it's still flippity.
no. We're gonna get there. We're gonna get there. We're gonna get there.
A lot of
But
flipness.
let me spell out. Yeah. The U.S. Olympic team is strong
They
this
are.
year.
Yeah, they was fliptastic.
It's all black people. It's like two
Oh.
black dudes and two black women, and it's like they're the
Simone
whole
Biles is it?
Olympic team.
Simone Biles is the
Yeah, and then there's two brothers that are flipping their ass off too, but they're doing it legally, or I should say
no, not legally, physically, not right.
and civilly in a way that is not against the law. But we'll get into the Trump lawyers that have flipped because I've talked about Chesbro and Powell, but we do have a new one, Jenna Ellis, who flipped
And
today as well.
with the quickness.
However, Mark Meadows today was granted immunity. And when I said it to my mother, she kept talking blah, blah, blah for a minute. And I was like, no, Mom. Mark Meadows, former White House chief of staff, in Jack Smith, who is a Terminator sent from the future
Mr.
strictly to kill everything. He doesn't give a fuck, okay, about a goddamn thing.
Okay,
In his no, hold on, I'm not done. In his January 6th
okay,
case,
all right,
in his January 6th case, Mark Meadows has been granted immunity. Shang, I'm going to ask you, what does that mean to you that Mark Meadows has been granted immunity in the January in Jack Smith's January 6th case? What does that mean to you?
What that means to me is another white man getting a pass for all his dirty deeds. Hold on, wait a minute, man. Shit, you asked me, motherfucker, and I'm gonna tell you. Wait a minute.
Let you get it out.
Okay, and it don't mean a goddamn thing pertaining to Trump going to jail because they haven't got the head of the snake. They got a portion of the snake. I think they got the snake's butthole, but that's about it.
That's why I wanted to ask you.
Okay, it means nothing. It means nothing.
That's why I wanted to ask you that.
It means Nathan.
No, because I know.
Crazy. Look at it.
No, Shank. I know that you're caught up in this wormhole of
Trump's not going to jail.
Trump's not going to jail. Trump, you cannot see any scenario in which he's going to jail. And I'm telling you, you're totally missing in your response to my question. You're totally missing the importance of what has just happened. What does immunity mean, my nigga? What, bro? I'm telling you that Jack Smith has granted Mark Meadows immunity. What does that mean?
Means he gonna say some shit, but it don't mean shit because the shit ain't going
Nigga,
down.
it means he has the receipts. It means
No,
Mark Meadows has every fucking thing
he's
that
not
Jack
going
Smith needs.
nowhere.
Hold on, bro.
Stop it. Stop.
We've all seen the shows. We've seen the shows where the dude is in the room and he's sitting at the table, and then the cops or the DA comes in and they're like, blah, blah, blah. We got this on you. We got that on you. And then the dude looks up and he's like, I can give you Kaiser Sose, right? I'm not just making up a name, but I'm like, I can give you the biggest criminal in the world, but I want immunity. And sometimes the DA or the prosecutor or whoever it is, the attorney general, whoever it is like, fuck you, I already got you. I don't need your deal. Or you know what? I'll take some of this, but you got to plead to that. But when they grant a motherfucker immunity, that means that Mark Meadows has everything. This nigga is about to drop a Christmas album. Okay, it's
Okay, you're not
beginning
gonna
to
listen
look.
to me. You're not gonna let me.
No. It's beginning to look a lot like Indict, like
It's
Jail
not.
Time.
It's not. It's not. Okay.
He's about to do Rudy the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
No, that's
And
not
we
the
know that
case.
cocaine made
Everybody in the
his
feed,
nose red.
listen to Pedro's crazy rantings.
Bro.
He's crazy. He's a crazy man. Now, agreed. People are flipping. They are absolutely flipping. But and Jenna, who I used to fuck with, yeah, she used to give the meanest fucking happy ending. But they can flip all they want. It don't mean that.
Bro, this is the White House chief of staff during the January 6th, during the 2020 election cycle, and all of January 6th and all of everything after it. And WDMA says Pedro, he is not the first that has been offered immunity. But bro, he is the most important. This is the White House chief of staff. And yes, he stood as strong as he could for as long as he could. But now this means he has flipped. If he has been offered immunity, he has
Okay, but
flipped.
you ain't listening, Pedro.
You're not either.
No, I am listening. Get the fuck out of here. Listen, Kevin Keith is right. I believe Trump will sign an agreement not to run for office and ever again in lieu of jail avoidance.
And
no,
I've said
what did
that
I tell you?
that's
I told you
acceptable
that,
to
no,
me.
but that's not acceptable accountability. You people that bet me that
if he can't ever be president again,
the $17,450 that I offered you. If I said for him to have a jumpsuit and go to jail, he's not going to jail. All right. That is not the case.
The more important thing is that he should never be president again.
And Kevin Keith, you're right. They're about to outlaw black gymnasts.
They're about to flip on flippers.
Yeah,
but listen, guys, listen.
It doesn't.
No. Okay, so I don't know how you guys are doing this. Like when motherfuckers flip, that's a thing, right? Like I'm at the point now where I'm like, we got to protect Mark Meadows at all costs. Not because I love him, but because he's the right-hand man. He's the man running the room. This is the thing where Cassidy Hutchinson.
He's a dead man.
No, little Secretary Barbie, Cassidy Hutchinson, was like, listen, there was a time when Mark Meadows and somebody came in and was like, Mark, we got to do something. We got to stop. We got to tell him. And Mark Meadows was like, he doesn't want to hear it. Fuck it. Right. So like we know according to Cassidy Hutchinson that there was a point in which Mark Meadows was like, I tried and he's not listening to me. And essentially, this is what has been said today is that Meadows has been granted immunity and he has told the DOJ, he has told Jack Smith that I tried to warn him about 2020. This is the complete flip. Right? This, bro, this is his chief of staff. It's not the janitor. It's not the driver.
You don't listen to the people in the feed. You don't listen.
No, I don't. No. They don't have a show. They just type in the comments, say, I love y'all.
Hey,
but listen, I'm out here with my face out here and my voice out here and a microphone, and that's my living room and all of this shit. This is my couch. and it's a nice couch, and it's a beautiful couch. So I've let you into my home. I've let you into my life. I've let you into my mindset. No, I'm not listening to
Okay,
you.
but
They're not even
listen, no, hold up. AJ
what?
Fitz said, like always, say he won't be able to run for office. That's it. That's good. That's good. But
Yeah.
Mar-a-Lago, he gets to go free as a bird. That's
No, and
bullshit.
I don't think he's gonna go free on Mar-a-Lago.
Absolutely, he is absolutely going to
That
go
that's
free.
one of the most
They
open and
even
shut
had Orange
cases.
Shitstain's personal attorney from the for the porn star scandal and New York tax. So there's other people that have gotten immunity and still nothing happened to this man. This motherfucker's still out paying gold. These motherfuckers could flip all they want. They still ain't gonna get him. They ain't gonna get him. They just ain't. Now, Jack, no, don't get
Jimmy
me
Keith, I
wrong.
don't know why you want to fuck my couch. It's a lovely couch.
Okay,
It's done nothing
but
to you.
listen, Jack Smith is definitely throwing. He's going hard in the paint. He's definitely like getting them.
Okay. So then let you wanted to bring up the other flippers, right? So
Yeah,
then the other flippers are in a totally different case
of
that is
flipping.
completely connected, right? So this is Fonnie Willis, who is completely lodged in so many asses right now, right? Like she's gotten 4 people to flip, 3 of whom are Trump's who were former Trump attorneys, which
Right.
are Sidney Powell, who looks like Jigsaw, okay,
Yeah.
um, Kenneth Chesbro, who eh, you know seemed like a pretty straight laced guy, but
Not at all.
at the end of the day was the first one to plea to cop a plea to plead guilty to a felony,
Right.
right? And now you have Jenna Ellis,
Okay. Yeah.
who looked like Dick Suck Barbie at a congressional convention.
Yeah.
When she was indicted in Georgia, she had that smile on her face, like I can't wait to fuck some inmates. And then today in court, she was. Hold on, I'm gonna share with y'all just real quick. Hold on, I can
But
share.
she definitely
I can share the screen real quick with y'all. But today in court, right? She was like
crying.
teary eyed, like she
Said
couldn't get through
right.
sentence the first, right?
Said her said
You
her
see,
said her asshole hurt from all the insurrectionists that went up in there.
but bro,
Somebody.
it started like this though, right? If you see that right there, look, that's her mugshot. She's like, "Yes, I love jail." And then when it got time to go to court, she was like, "I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Did I do
I'm so
that?
sorry.
I did
And
that.
she
I'm
cried the whole
sorry."
time. But it
She
doesn't
cried.
matter. She cried the whole time. But the bottom line is, okay, listen, everybody in the feed,
No.
I need y'all to do me a
You're
favor.
speculating. You're speculating.
I ain't speculating shit. I'm telling you
He
what the
ain't
deal
gonna do,
is.
bro.
He ain't
There's
going to jail. He gonna sign some kind
that's
of deal. White people
speculation.
are not gonna let white people fucking white people this shit up. They ain't letting this motherfucker go to jail. They ain't letting the people that
What
should be
white
going to
people are you
jail,
talking
and
about,
they're giving
nigga?
it the other white people that are letting him slide. He already fucking went against all of the stuff they said. Don't say this. Don't say that. He already called Jack Smith, disgusting.
His I don't know what white people you're talking about. 3 of the 4 indictments are brought by black people.
No, the black people,
Allen
and they're
Bragg,
going and they're going to
Letitia James,
and they're going
and
to take those
motherfucking
black
Fonnie
people.
Willis.
They're going to tell the black people, shut the fuck up if you want your kids to live. Okay,
That's
and they're going
already been happening.
to
Like
send
no
a
no no
picture.
No.
They're
I
going to
mean
send a picture of their kid with duct tape on their
listen.
mouth.
Shank, for real, for real.
For real.
I know we talk shit on this show and we say a lot of hyperbolic shit, but the reality is these cases are closing in on Trump. When
Right.
people start flipping, it goes bad for the motherfucking heads of the family, right?
I
when
bet you.
when when the underlings start flipping, AJ says, if you think he's getting time, Pedro, I most definitely need them trees you smoking in Cali because you're high as hell for thinking that. Now,
Whoa.
what I've said is many
Okay. What did
times,
you say?
and AJ, I know you're here just about daily. I have said that all I really want is to make sure that he's never president again. So I really do. I would settle for, and I do think that, like Kevin Keith said, that this, like Trump pleading out eventually, right, and agreeing to never run for president again is a high possibility, I would say, right? Like
Okay.
I could see this guy copping out and being a bitch and just being like, you know
The
what, fuck
Carolina
it, I'll just
boss.
never be president. Hold on. But I do believe that out of 91 counts over 4 indictments, it's going to be hard for Trump to beat all 91 counts
Yes, I
and
agree.
escape
Yes.
any kind of
Okay. Well,
conviction
all
or
right.
jail
So
time.
Pedro, you ain't let me say shit. Listen,
Go
the
ahead. The
Carolina
rest of
boss
the
said,
rest of the short time.
I admire Pedro's optimism. Which no, lean back up, motherfucker. That's what I'm saying.
I'm still here.
How come with all this shit they got and all this stuff, this man still's running for president? He's still saying inflammatory shit consistently that goes against what the judge said the gag order is supposed to be. And anybody else that would have said anything against a gag order to not in what's it illicit violence and violent talk towards people would have been in jail. He
Okay.
is above the law. I hate
Yeah.
him.
He's
I
not.
hate him and I hate all of his ilk. But the end of the day is he's not going to do time. He's going to do some kind of plea bargain. And even though he's committed one of the most heinous shit going against a quote unquote, what a lot of the Caucasoids or the snow heathens say, they say he tried to subvert democracy. Why isn't he in handcuffs and somebody railing him from behind while he watches the guard smile and smoke a cigarette?
See, you always add this element of
Great.
sexual domination within the penal system, which I'm
I'm
not
just
sure is a
no, but
requirement for all of this.
no,
What I
the
will
first
say, is that
come on. The first convict that fucks Trump is getting props. I'm telling you.
from who? Not Kanye.
All the other convicts, like, yo, that nigga fuck
Not all of them,
Trump.
man. No. In an Aryan, they would put him in the white Aryan section, or either no, he would be in the fucking country club jail cell. Anyways,
I just said that, AJ. Same
the
shit.
what AJ says, Trump has been doing what judges have said not to do right after the judge says it, and still nothing. He did get hit with a fine on this last one, and that's from Judge Ergadon. Which case is this? It's hard to keep up with.
There's so many.
Whoo!
There's so many.
This is hard to keep
Did you
up
say
with.
90? I think it's more than 91. Is it
No,
91?
there's 91 counts over
Counts.
4
And there's
indictments.
some other shit that they said we ain't
And then
did yet in
there's more
Arizona.
pending. Yeah, like
Right.
what happened in Georgia, what Fonnie Willis is prosecuting, also essentially happened in like Wisconsin. In Michigan, the state attorney general Dana Nessel has brought a case against 16 conspirators in that state. So she's essentially doing what Fonnie Willis is doing, but on a state level, but not against Trump, just against
Okay.
these
You just
individuals.
got
But
somebody on your side right there.
Miyu, she says, Shane, they are conducting the cases by the book so that Trump will have no way to win an appeal. Miyu, I'm all I can say is that without legal instruction or education, I have no Juris Doctorate, right? I did not do what my Princeton alums did and go to law school, but I have an understanding. And from my understanding, it's that, yes, you've said it many times, Shane, this is not, you're like anybody else would be, but Donald Trump is not anybody else. He's a former president of the United States, and it's going to take a lot more effort and due diligence and crossing of I's and dotting of T's. And I mixed that on purpose to convict a United States president, a former United States president, and actually send him to jail. If you think that is just about look at this video, lock him up,
I don't
rape
mean
him,
that. I don't.
it's like
Well,
no, that's not gonna.
Hey man, I'm allowed to dream. Shit. I mean, my personal
Pornhub
thing
tabs
is,
are yours.
Not a Pornhub thing. I don't visually want to see Trump raped. I just want to see him pay for
How
all
you
of
gonna
them.
know what happened?
Okay, but what I'm saying is, I want to make sure that he pays. Accountability. He's done a lot of corrupt shit. He's a lot of people he's left in the bond. A lot of people he's thrown under the bus, and I want him to be accountable for his actions. And they're not going to do it because this, again, just like cops, when cops beat black people down and don't get no time, and don't go to jail, and politicians do corrupt shit that absolutely ruins a whole town, and they don't go to jail, and football players do the same shit and scam fucking people down in New Orleans and don't go to jail. Trump is the big fish of that shit. And I think
Okay.
and the reason I say white people, because white people are the people that are in a position of power. And I know it's 3 black people that are prosecuting him, but ultimately Jack the Terminator Smith is the one that people feel threatened by. Because the motherfucker never
No.
smiled,
Fannie Willis
is
is
not to be fucked with.
she
But
is
some reason
all
with it, with
she has flipped 4 motherfuckers already. Dude, she is the go fish of motherfucking prosecutors right now. She's like, nah, I got that, go fish. AJ Fitz says a fine, but never any real time. Yeah,
exactly. So y'all owe me
like
money.
no. How you claiming you owed
I
money
know. Well,
already?
I just want to,
It ain't over yet. But what I would like to say to
entertaining.
that is just that, you know, there is we like, which case are we talking about? Because like, he might not get real time for the New York business case, right? Like, that might just cost him his financial empire. Right? But between Mar-a-Lago, Georgia, and Jack Smith in DC on January 6th, like, there what like one of them in that this is still like 80 something indictments or so. Like, one of those is gonna stand. And I don't know what real jail time means to
Right.
y'all. I know Shang has put a lot of images of gorilla rape into your mind.
I didn't say
It's
that.
not
I
gonna
didn't say. I said
happen.
one. You can't say the R word. You can say grape. Secondly, I'm saying the reason I'm saying that is one of the worst things about prison. You do your time, you might get stabbed, but the getting graped, that stays with you even when you get out. It's like, damn, these parking tickets really were a high tax on my asshole. I'm saying he deserves some kind of punishment, and that's what I mean. And I don't think he's going to get the punishment. And the reason I say white folks, it is white folks, and if you white folks don't like it, y'all can kiss my entire brown starfish. The thing is, you get away with shit that anybody else under the law would not get away with. I could not talk shit and release the address of a fucking prosecutor and still walk around and play
He he
golf
he
down in Mar-a-Lago.
he hasn't fully gotten away with anything yet
Oh
in
my
terms of
God.
these indictments. They're all pending in court. I wanted to address Carolina Boss real quick. He said Trump said, "I use the laws. If you don't like it, change the laws." Period. Okay. Here's the thing. That's the beauty of the Mar-a-Lago case to me, is like, the law is clear. He should not have had those documents.
Period. The end.
He had them illegally, and he's on multiple public records saying, "Yeah, I took them, and they mine." You know
And
what
I
I'm
wish
saying?
a motherfucker
King
would say
Kong
something
ain't
to
got
me.
nothing on me.
The
Like,
only thing he didn't
he's
say, the only thing he didn't say when he took them is, this is wild shit. He acted like a child, number one. Mine, mine. They're mine, mine. Okay. But the only thing he didn't say is that once he took them, and I'm gonna tell y'all right now, he's guilty across the board. He's a guilty of shit other than this that they didn't get his kids on, which is making money off the White House. Is the only thing he didn't say is, and I'm gonna sell them. And I wish I would try to do
and I
something.
got the receipts. All right,
Okay.
so I believe in a universe that is positive, negative, neutral. That is the, kind of a physical definition of the universe. Miyu says you guys are both right.
Wow.
It may be logistically difficult to place Trump in jail since he is a recognized ex-president and has Secret Service protection, but there will definitely be accountability. Also, I'm like, bro, if you get convicted of a felony, why the fuck would we have to pay for your Secret Service anymore? Like, I feel
Exactly.
like that if that's not written into the laws, and I don't know them, so
That's
you
what I mean,
maybe look
Pedro.
it up, but I'm like, no, but I get it. I get it. But I'm just saying, if he can be convicted, that's all we're asking for. If he can be restricted and prevented and banned from ever running for or being or holding public office again, this is what we need. Like, this is what we need. But yeah, in a most sane world,
World, right.
you would think that a guy who had lifetime Secret Service protection, but then is proved to be a Confederate.
A
Why the
traitor,
fuck would we
a traitor. Why
keep
would we pay for it?
protecting him? Yeah.
Because we pay for people that do corrupt shit all the time because that's the way it is. Now, the Carolina boss said if Trump goes to
Wow.
jail, Jesus going to stop Israel Palestine, Palestine, yeah,
Palestinian
any
entanglement.
entanglement. It's listen,
Yeah, that's a lot of prayer hours, Carolina
yeah, I
Boss.
think that
Yeah,
no, I
I
think
ain't, I ain't gonna entangle them two things.
okay,
Okay.
but okay,
I
all
need
I'm
my Trump
saying,
over here and
all
my Middle
I'm
East
trying
over
to
here.
help Pedro because it's hard to get him to grasp reality because he's such an optimistic young man.
I'm looking at facts.
Okay, I hear you with your facts. They don't give a fuck about facts. They don't.
We
You know why they
do.
don't give a fuck about
You know
facts?
what? You
You
know
know
what?
what? There's an audio of him literally asking for extra votes, pressuring the motherfucking person down there. And
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 4 motherfuckers have flipped around that. That's what
four,
I'm trying to tell you. Dog, listen, Shane. I think she indicted like 19 people,
15.
15, 15. Okay. So uh once 4 flip, that's almost a third of your indictees. So she doesn't need many more to flip, if any at all. Right. So everybody else on the table is just on the table pretty much, probably. Because once motherfuckers flip, they giving up everybody and all that. And once
So
she
you think
connects
that
all the
they're gonna
dots,
keep flipping?
no. I'm what I'm saying is that Fonnie Willis is probably very, very close to having the amount of uh
Flippage?
cooperators like
Okay.
gymnasts. She's got a team of gymnasts and they going for the gold. Okay. Green for the money, gold for the honey.
Okay.
So, you know, it
Look.
the flippings and these are all very, very significant. I'm a huge fan of The Wire, and what we understand is that like Avon Barksdale, Stringer Bell, when the nigga isn't complying right, when they flip, you go to jail. You in there a few days. We ain't seen you in a minute. We ain't heard from you. Everybody assumes you're flipping, right? Here, there is no assumptions. Here, we now know that
Right.
Mark Meadows, former White House chief of staff, during this critical time in question, which is the period leading up to January 6th, the day of, and the days after, he has been granted immunity, dog. Do you know? And that's just something I started this conversation with, and you actually didn't answer it.
Okay. Answer.
Immunity. What does that mean? Immunity. Like, what does it mean that Mark Meadows has immunity?
Diplomatic immunity.
It means that
I know what it means.
whatever he says,
He
he
can't
cannot
be
incriminate
prosecuted for
himself.
incriminate himself. He can't be
Bro,
prosecuted for it.
that
He
means
got
he
to get
can
us.
say everything. And
But
he
yeah, wait. But even when you say everything, if you find him in the middle of the street fucking a dog and you say that's dog abuse, for some reason, this country and these people look the other way. He has not been held accountable for the shit that he's already
wait, which
done.
year are we talking about? Because I was talking about
Trump.
Mark Meadows.
Trump.
Okay.
So say
So
Meadows says everything he did. Meadows says, I know what he did here. I know what he did there. I saw him do it. I was there when he held it down. I saw him hand the gun to the guy. All
yeah.
kind of stuff. And guess what? Because he's the ex-president and the way they're treating him with kid gloves and always letting him slide and not putting him in jail and not waiting in jail and all that other shit, guess what? He's
Well,
going to find a
bro,
way because
bro,
this is what Caucasoids do
you're
for
not connecting the
Caucasoids.
dots.
I'm connecting the
You're not
dots.
connecting the dots.
I am connecting the
Now,
dots.
is Jack Smith a bad man?
He's a bad motherfucker. I give him
Jack
props.
Smith is a bad motherfucker,
Yeah.
right? So what I'm telling you is Jack Smith has granted immunity, carte blanche. He's like, help yourself to the hors d'oeuvres. I got a charcuterie board,
Right. I got
nigga.
some beer.
We got
Got
some
some beer in
Sauvignon Blanc.
some
Help
beer in the
yourself,
refrigerator if you like
and when
that.
you're ready, speak into the mic, right?
Right.
So I'm telling you, if you believe that Jack Smith is a bad man who knows what he's doing and knows how to gain convictions, then I'm going to ask everybody here out
How come
loud.
so many people in the
Hold
feed don't agree
on,
with you?
because they don't know shit. Sorry, I love y'all.
What
But
about we know shit and maybe
no,
you may be right, but you're wrong. What's
you
up,
haven't
Shante?
even let me get the logic out. What I'm
I
telling you,
know.
what I'm
What the
telling
fuck
you
are you
is that
talking about?
why would a man like Jack Smith, who we've all recognized on this show to be a fucking badass, a Terminator from the future, why would he grant immunity to fucking Mark Meadows? Why would Jack Smith, a badass who knows how to get convictions, give Mark Meadows the pass to speak freely without any prosecution?
Because it still has to go to court, and once it goes to
Because
court,
the information is going to put Trump in jail.
he's not going to
I
jail.
cut you off because you don't know what you're saying.
And
I'm
I'm
sorry.
cutting you off because you don't know what you're talking about. I'm not saying that Trump does not deserve to go to jail. Anybody in this feed, you're thinking that. And by the way, WDMA Warrior said if Trump was black, he would be in prison. Bam.
If
Bam,
Trump
bam,
was
bam.
black, he wouldn't have been president because
Bam,
he
bam,
would have
bam.
been a nigga. Okay,
Right.
If a black man spoke like Trump did, he would be
a rat.
niggerish.
It would be.
There is no Republican fucking black man or woman who has ever come close to fucking being president. The only nigga who did it is Barack, and he is the complete motherfucking opposite of Trump. So please stop playing this.
Okay,
if
and
Trump
you
was black, if Trump,
I didn't
Trump
say that.
ain't black.
He said that.
Trump
He
ain't
said
regular.
That. I didn't say
no,
no.
But you're always like, if Trump was anybody else, which could be a black man, he'd be in jail, right?
Right. That's true. Get the fuck out of here. That is true.
Of course, but he's not.
Okay, but
that's an if that doesn't matter.
And that's what I'm saying is with all this evidence.
These ifs don't matter.
Okay, you just said it. I said even with all this evidence, but he's not. They're afraid of you know what? They're afraid of the base because they're a bunch of pussies, and a lot of the Republicans still are falling in line. Republicans, the Republicans, and half the 36% of the country.
You flipped to something else now.
I'm saying
we're talking about court cases.
In the court is the courts and
so Republicans have nothing to do with
people, including the judge, the black prosecutor. They have a fear of crossing this man and not making him stay accountable for the shit that he's done.
You telling me that Tanya Chutkan is afraid of Trump?
Chutkan Munchkin is not doing the shit. He's already talked shit to her. He called her mama a hoe as soon as he got out. And your mama's a hoe, and this is where she live at. And my followers, if you find her, beat that bitch with a bat. Beat that bitch with a bat. That's what are you talking about?
Take that bitch to the motel. Beat that bitch.
I'm saying, so why is it if you have a gag order and you say some shit outside of that gag order, they are supposed to put you in fucking jail. Period. Forget all the other shit going on with him. If you do that, which he did, which were threats, and that were proven threats to these people's lives.
So he's been fined for violating Erdogan's
right. But not
Chutkin's order. But did Chutkin actually put out a gag order on him, or did she threaten to?
No, she did.
Okay.
So
and again, I think
you don't see what I'm saying.
No. I see what you're saying, but I truly believe that you're just like ignoring these building facts and the
I'm
way
not
these
ignoring
things
that. I think that they're huge. When I saw it, I went, "Oh shit." But then I thought about the last oh shit, and then the last person that was oh shit.
This is what I mean. And Kevin Key, thank you for putting this like this, man. He says immunity means if Shang and Pedro did a crime and Pedro gets immunity, that means Shang's going to jail, my nigga. And that's what I'm talking about, dog.
No.
When your right-hand man.
But if I would, I'm close to white. No,
I can say whatever and I can't go to jail. He's Wee-Bang, nigga.
I ain't that white.
He's the opposite Wee-Bang, nigga.
No,
it's like, I'll take a sandwich and I got all.
Stop it.
Thank you, Kevin Keith.
I would go to Kevin Keith. Kevin Keith, by the way, you can eat a Planet of Dicks. Nah. All right, I'm sorry, man.
I'm sorry, Kevin.
Kevin, I'm sorry, man. I got a little extra.
Immunity means.
I know what immunity is.
You're going to say everything.
You saw what happened when the African dude said to Danny Glover, diplomatic immunity. And instead of him handcuffing him, you know what he did? He shot him in the head. You
Which
don't
one
know
was it? What movie
that
was
was
it?
Lethal Weapon 4.
Jesus Christ.
Lethal
You're
Weapon 4.
4 movies into a dated ass
Right.
franchise.
You know why? Because I remember
That
that
features
line. It was
an anti-Semite in
a
Mel
total
Gibson
anti-Semite and a person that doesn't like the
and a
blacks.
nigga who's too old for this shit.
He's too old for this shit, and
Admittedly.
I'm too old for this shit. Okay, and by the way, I'm not that white that I'd be going to. Well, you're right. I would be going to jail if I was white. I wouldn't be going to jail.
This is
And by
also
the way,
not diplomatic immunity,
I
right?
know. That's the way he said. The guy who's like, they caught him, and he threw his gun down. He said, "You can't take me in because I have diplomatic immunity," and he kept saying it. And then you see Danny Glover look over and go, "Well, your immunity's been revoked." Pow!
Dang.
And shot him in the head. And I thought that is the most
The
great
price is
cliche
wrong,
shit.
bitch.
Exactly. It's like always bet on black, lied. You know, I mean, it was great. And then and plus I'm slightly racist. And I said, it's good they shot these white crackers in the head for being murderers. All right, so listen, terrorist threats are a felony with prison time. Oops. Terrorist threats he's made. Well, okay, but maybe somebody's checking me. The
You
gag
said
order violation process is a first verbal warning, then fine, then jail. He hasn't had a verbal warning.
I believe
You?
he has. I believe he has.
Yes, he has.
If he okay, that's the first step. If he violates that again, he'll get the fine. And I think he did that with
Oh,
Ergodon. I think
right.
I don't think I
I
pronounced
don't
it
kind
right.
of. Ergodon is actually the dude that
Like
fought
he's like the
Bumblebee.
leader of Turkey or some
Yeah,
shit.
yeah. So that's not the one. I think you're saying
Ergodon
it wrong. It doesn't sound right. Ergodon.
Erewhon.
Erewhon. Yeah,
He's
but
way too
Erewhon.
expensive, but
Ergodon. You made him a
no,
transformer.
Erewhon is just
A
an extremely
Decepticon.
expensive
Yeah.
grocery store. But
Breezy JJ made a good point, which I will agree with you. I'm not trying to argue for argue's sake. Meadows
thank you.
knows where the bodies
Thank you.
are buried, and he kept a shovel with the dumps prints on it.
So and this is the thing. If he's been granted immunity, basically the DLJ is like, okay, we know y'all killed this person. But if you say it was him,
Then
you get to go home.
yeah, you get to hug your kids. Now I don't understand this Carolina boss. Kevin Keefe, Pedro switched on Chang. What does that mean? They're not going to tell on our next president. We will pardon them
You
in
say
office.
he will pardon them in office.
Right.
Uh,
Biden's bitch ass already insinuated he pardon Trump, which is the most bitch shit ever.
no.
Yeah, yes, he did. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. And I'm like, and he's like, I will pardon him. That's bullshit.
I never heard that.
He absolutely.
You'd have to you'd have to
I'll
show
show you. You
pull
know
it up.
what? I will show you.
I know you're a wizard with the keys, nigga. Pull
I'll
it
show
up.
you right now.
That being said, Nadia TV, and we got to move on after this to the next topic. But Nadia TV, as we end this, she said, let's take a poll, guilty or not guilty, which I honestly, I think we all in this feed and those who watch this show and follow this
I was wrong.
believe Trump to be guilty. What'd you say, Shane?
I was totally wrong.
Yeah. I was like, nigga, that would have been everywhere.
Biden said he would not pardon Trump. Damn.
Yeah.
I heard somebody say that
Dog.
they want to heal the country, and the best way to do it.
The social media aspect of this whole global everything that's going on politically, war-wise, socially, you really have to be careful, guys. You really, really have to be
You
careful.
have to do your research.
Because and Shane, man, I'm talking to you specifically. I know you you look at memes and be like, see, look, and I'm like, nigga, that's just
That ain't. I don't just.
word.
Come on, man.
Sometimes,
memes. No,
sometimes you be like, see, and I'm like,
no, I do that.
That
you know what? I'm a contagion. No, not contagion. I'm a contemporary.
a catalyst?
No, not a catalyst. I did because somebody stole my catalyst converter the other day. It's what's it called? A contrarian.
Okay.
Yes, I'm being a contrarian when I go, hey, man, what are you talking about, man? This is what Kevin Samuel said.
Yeah, and sometimes those people are called assholes.
They're
Like,
absolutely
and
assholes.
don't be one,
But
man. All
but
I'm saying
I'm
is
saying but I'm
we
putting a
do
big
we
but.
do we do fuck your feelings. Facts
Facts
matter,
matter.
right?
Okay, I'm gonna tell you why the facts
So like
matter.
when you put it out, make
Okay.
sure
Oh,
it's facts.
okay. All right. Okay. Okay. All right. I hear you. But listen.
We got a lot of guilties going on.
Okay. A
Nicole
lot
A's,
of guilties.
WDMA,
No.
Breezy,
Kevin C
Kevin.
said guilty as fuck. Listen.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. The bottom line is that he has already done things that he has crossed the line and broken the law. He has broken the law when it comes to fraud cases, which is already proven. He's broken the law when it came to sexual harassment and sexual abuse of a woman and lost $5 million, and then now another $10 million tacked on top of that. All of these different things that he's guilty of, that you people are saying he's guilty as fuck about this, he still hasn't been held accountable. Now that's my fact. That's a fact. You can't do shit like he did, but with fraud without paying a huge amount of money, which he hasn't paid the $250 million yet.
Bro,
And
his business. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
what his businesses have been, banned in
They're
New York,
about to be dissolved in New York.
dissolved in. But
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
oh wait,
It's for sure.
another one I forgot. Tried to bribe Ukraine.
Mm-hmm. That was the first impeachment.
Okay,
And not even bribe, but quid pro quo.
okay. So
He
I'm just
tried to
saying,
withhold funds
this
that
is
were
not a
already
meme.
allocated.
This is not a meme,
Mm-hmm.
Pedro.
Mm-hmm.
He has done things that have been proven in court that he is guilty and has
Not
not
court,
paid
not court, not court, not
the
court yet.
sexual. No, the court, the sexual.
So that's a civil case.
Okay, that was still court.
Right, right,
What are you talking about? That's court, isn't it?
right. But it's okay. So
What kind of court are you
yeah,
talking about?
well, there are different kinds of
Criminal
court.
court,
Yes,
but fraud.
there's criminal court and civil court.
Right.
So civil
But
court most likely isn't going to get him, isn't going to make him ineligible for office. What will are felonious convictions, right? Criminal convictions, right?
yeah,
So yes, so he wasn't convicted in the E. Jean Carroll case. He was found liable for sexual assault. Okay. This is the language around it. I don't make it up, but these are the distinctions that we have to understand and accept. You can't just be like, I saw the nigga do it, shoot him now. Like, that's not going to happen for a white ass former president, right? Like, it's going
wait a
to
minute.
be
Why you got
way
to
more,
add white ass?
it's going to be way more complicated
I
than that.
know it's way more
And
complicated, and I know they're trying to
no,
do
but you're
everything
like
right.
but then you'll be like anybody else would have been in jail. And it's like you can't understand the complexities and then try and simplify it and say
I'm some.
he should be in jail already.
It
It's
is
like
simple.
he's indicted 4 times on 91 different counts in like 3 different places. Okay? So like if you're saying has not been held accountable yet, that's only because the process is still in process. But if you're saying that nothing is happening around Trump, then you're ignoring the facts, James, right? So like
Okay. I
so
am saying
like if you're saying that nothing is happening
I didn't
around
say
Trump
nothing
at
is not
all,
happening
okay,
because there's
but you're
people
like,
that have been to jail. There are people that have been to jail. His personal lawyer went
why
to
are you
jail.
comparing him to regular people?
I'm not comparing him to regular
Yes,
people,
you are. That's what you just
you know
did.
what? I'm not comparing. But you know what? No one is above the law.
Right. But some people move slower through it than others,
But they
right?
still aren't
Some
above
niggas
the
get
fucking
shot on
law.
the corner within 20 seconds, and some people it takes 3-5 years to convict them. That's what justice is sometimes.
And I don't see that
Or
as, and
injustice,
I
right?
see injustice. It's an injustice, and I think that some of the things
So you will if
you can't threaten
if a year and a
judges.
half if a year and a half from now Trump gets convicted of something and gets charged with jail time, are you still going to be complaining that it didn't happen fast enough?
Yes,
That honestly would be
yes.
that would be like complaining that your team didn't win the game in the first half. It's like, well, there were 2 more quarters left. So like
By the way, how'd your Lions do?
I talked about it the other day. You should have been on the show. We got throttled by
Throttled.
nigga. I know you love rhinoceros and gorilla grape. And nigga, we had a vineyard of that going on in Baltimore. These niggas got graped all
Oof.
day. I talked about it. You should go to our YouTube channel. It's
I,
scrolling at the bottom. I did it on the Dro solo. I addressed the pain, but I also
they're still in a
recognize.
good. They're still in a good position.
I think a lot of our audience though thinks that Trump is guilty, and we're looking for another thing. We should move on.
Okay, yeah,
Uh,
because we already that one. That's
and
your fault. The
mine
reason
is
we didn't get to
no,
the
no,
other thing is
I know.
because that's your fault.
Mine is gonna be a quickie, and it's really just a follow up to what we've already talked about today. But when I
Okay.
hit you with it, I'm gonna hit you with it like this.
Hey, 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 it's your boy Black Pedro popping in, hey, 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 with another poppin' to let you know what's poppin'.
Hey, it's your boy Black Pedro with another popping to let you know what's popping. So all I want to say is, man, just follow the lawyers. You know, they tell you in capitalism, whatever you want to get to crime, the lawyers will tell you follow the money, and that's how they know who did the dirt. But in this case, in these times, when we're talking about trying to lock up a president who clearly has committed multiple crimes on multiple different platforms, you know,
A lot,
this nigga is spinning many illegal plates. Um, follow the lawyers
not the money.
because I know we talked about a lot today, and a lot of what we talked about was or what I was focused on was Mark Meadows flipping in this January 6th case that Jack Smith is
Right.
overseeing as special counsel. Um, but specifically, this state case, which Trump could not pardon anybody from, even himself, because it is a state case brought by Fonnie Willis. In this state case, we have seen three of Trump's lawyers flip, right? And I'm gonna say it again. I said it the other day, but when your lawyer is like, yeah, I did that shit. Like a plead of guilty is not just like, oh, I don't want to go to jail. It's you're admitting that you did shit that could have put you in jail. And now you're doing shit to keep your ass out of jail in order to take somebody else that's bigger than you down, right? Like a woman like Fonnie Willis, a prosecutor in general, man, woman, child, prosecutor in general of that quality is not going to let anybody plea out without getting more from them, right?
Agreed.
Because the lawyers, at the point in which three different lawyers, Sidney Powell, Kenneth Chesbro, and motherfucking Jenna Ellis, are all pleading guilty to crimes. Kenneth Chesbro to a felony. These are lawyers. They know they are caught. They know they are going to go to jail
Uh,
if they
yeah.
don't give up something more
Right.
important.
You're saying if they don't flip.
They already flipped. That's why they flipped, and this is important. Mark Meadows flipping is important. Jenna Ellis, Kenneth Chesbro, and motherfucking Sidney Powell flipping are all very, very important. And honestly, we need to do everything to keep them alive. This is some Soprano shit. This is Godfather shit. This is how Mark Meadows ends up sleeping with the fishes, nigga. Like, like, and I don't know if their taped confessions will be enough or if they need to appear in court. But the reality is, we need to keep these people alive until Trump is in jail because these are the keys. Follow the lawyers. If the lawyers are flipping, the case,
Right.
in my opinion, is won.
Okay, but and I think
Again,
that
no JD
I'm
here.
just saying that the guy that was standing next to Meadows got switched out the last minute, and it's another guy standing behind him that looks pretty shady. So There's a very good chance Meadows doesn't make it through the court. You understand what I'm saying? There's a very good chance that if he decides to speak up with his vocal cords, we're gonna have to cut him. You understand what I mean? We're not letting this fucking guy. Hold on, this guy. You know what? He knew what he got into. When he speaks out against the family, we know what happens. I think that he's not gonna make it. I know you said we need to protect him. I think somebody gonna pop him, dude.
Pip pip.
No, I mean it's happened before.
What would that mean? What would that mean? That nigga got you got the juice now. And
Right.
and AJ, yes, I was doing my Zen shit earlier because y'all niggas are stressing me out, but I got a struggle.
Okay, but a lot of people, all right, but you know what? That's how we are on Savage AF. Savage AF, make sure you subscribe to the channel. If you subscribe to the channel, you're a better person. You're a better person than us. You're a better person than your family. You're a better person than everybody. If you subscribe to the channel, you got to go to the page with your little tiny fingers and your little itty bitty hands, and you got to click it. Give us some thumbs up. Ain't nothing wrong with thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Pow. Oh, wow. And make sure that when you give us a thumbs up, don't just stop there. Just don't stop there. Make sure you follow at Black Pedro on Instagram. Also, make sure you follow me at Comedian Shang on Instagram and Threads, the bastard child of Twitter. On
It's
Threads.
a twin cousin.
Well, it's the cousin that got more sense because man, the new thing app or whatever name X, they are racist as fuck on there.
Yeah, that's why everybody bounced from Twitter and they had to change their name to X because it became the cracker forum, a cracker platform. All right, man, Shane. Listen, I apologize right now, man, because I was aggressive today.
Yeah, that's all right, man.
I started drinking.
No, it's okay, man.
11:15 a.m. I think.
No, you know what? I don't know if you people noticed, but Pedro has been very, very, very aggressive towards our people that watch the show.
I need to order.
He told one of the people in the feed that he can suck a donkey dick, and I'm like, where do you get a donkey dick to get sucked? I don't know.
I'm an angry black man, dog. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to come. So I apologize. Now I got passionate about shit today.
Well, nigga, you was wrong. Fuck it.
No, I didn't say that.
That's your take. No, man, you was wrong, and the motherfucker ain't going to jail. And I was talking like an old black man, like a black man should. And the motherfucker ain't going to jail. And I'm gonna be on my porch watching the motherfucking TV, and it ain't gonna happen. And it ain't gonna happen. And I wish your motherfucker would. I'm gonna tell you right now, he gonna plea out, and the orange motherfucker gonna be sitting, goddamn, in Mar-a-Lago, playing food and eating KFC, while eagle is sitting next to him. All right.
Yo. That being said, man, Savage AF, fuck your feelings. Facts matter. Tonight, Shang and I are at the Miracle Theater. No, I got so many clubs in my head right now. But we're at the Miracle Theater tonight, 8 p.m. show. I'm gonna host. Shang's gonna close.
I'm not closing.
Shang's gonna close.
No, man. They just text me.
No, Shang's gonna close.
They said I'm going up second.
Then that means it's a 2-man show.
What?
Everybody else is canceled because Shane's going to do a 3,900-minute set.
No, I'm not. Look.
All right. So Shane's on the show. Lori Douglas, a few others, Patty Tooney, Kalia. I can't remember her last name, but I want to give a shout out. But we got a show. Dove Rudnick.
I'm going up second.
Well, let's go. Okay, there you go.
All right, so
either way, so get there early, guys. Miracle Theater, Inglewood. It's an iconic spot. We'll be in the M Lounge out front. That being said, Shang, the rest of the show is yours.
Yeah, wait. I gotta let them know about some other shows we're gonna be doing. But I'll let you know at the end. My Shangri today, and this might get us canceled because I know the power of a certain faction. But I just got some questions that I want to answer about. I know I called it genocide and juice, but I just feel like they need to answer me.
No!
got a question. Does Israel ever do anything wrong? Not saying that some of the things they did wasn't justified in fighting back at someone that's fighting them, but do they ever do anything wrong in the media? All I see is the same old of victimization that they try to act like they haven't done anything wrong. Now, I'm not saying Israel deserves anybody or Jewish people or anybody deserves death. They do not. But at the same time, if their baby is blown up and you blow up another baby, you're still killing babies. And America's backing this shit. And America's backing this shit. And right now, why is the media and people so afraid of the fucking Israel and the truth? I mean, they're bombing hospitals. They're bombing hospitals. What are you talking about? It wasn't Hamas. It was them. And they said they want to kill every single Palestinian and wipe them off the face of the planet. This is what was said. This was absolutely what was said. Why wipe them off the planet? And why would people that are from the Judaic belief and Israelites and whatever say stuff like that? I want to know, why do you feel that these people need to be eradicated? Hamas maybe needs to be eradicated.
Not even maybe.
Not
that's
okay.
That's an absolute.
Well, no. What I'm saying is, I'm saying it like that.
No.
Hamas. But I'm telling you right now, why are you so afraid? I don't know why I picked that one up. Why that was an accident. Why are you so afraid of the truth coming out? That the fact that for 70 years, not longer, decades and decades and decades, Israel has treated the people that are Palestinian like fucking slaves. They have treated them badly. They have killed them. They have maimed their families. They have maimed old people. They have killed babies. They have made sure they cut off their water, their electricity. They won't let them actually make their own money because they prevent them from opening up any of the fucking.
And I think another major recognition is that not all of the land was just like granted freely.
Right. It was
but
taken.
A lot of it was taken
Right.
aggressively.
And why are you so afraid of them? That's why I picked this picture. What is Israel Sauron from? It's like they're not. Like, why are you so afraid to tell the truth about both sides? Hamas is on some fuck shit, and Israel is on some fuck shit to carpet bomb people that there's going to be innocents. Of course, innocents die in fucking war, but you're just going full fucking ham. And even though Egypt said they would take in some of the Palestinians, you're making them leave land that was theirs. You basically came in and took their shit. You basically claimed their shit, and yet you're actually surprised that something like Hamas would actually grow out of the fucking blood that was in the soil of what's going on. I just want to know, the reason I'm asking questions is why are you surprised by this shit? Why are you surprised? Why is Israel surprised that these people don't want to be eradicated off the fucking planet? Not just Hamas, who needs to be, but I'm talking about the rest of the Palestinians that are not about that life. They don't want to they just want to live their life. And I just want to know, does that mean that I don't like Jews? Somebody said it. If you go against Israel, you're going against all Jews. No. Israel even Bernie Sanders said, Israel couldn't be questions of some of how they're going about things. And
I mean, no, it's
they're
there are a lot of Jewish people, both Jewish Americans and native Jews, who are questioning the government. The reality is what like at the end of the day, we're gonna get to what is humanity, and it's like it's this thing of like, do you want to become your oppressor in order to gain freedom, right? Like,
well,
for me, it's like the Israeli state mentality around response to Hamas is kind of like, it's like, okay, we're being terrorized by Hamas, and our response is to just terrorize the entire community around them that they're embedded in, which is against international law. But also, it's like, if you took that and applied it anywhere else in global society, then it's like, and I said this the other day, Shang, and I don't think you were here. It's just like,
I was there
okay, would it make sense
for all black people,
for all black people
just to go on all white people.
to just to go in?
Right.
Because
No, it doesn't
white
make sense.
people have just a blanket white people
Right.
have been terrorists to black people.
And
So
every white person is not a Klansman, so you can't lump them into there. With I know I say white people, a percentage of white people that absolutely think this is horrendous. And I just want to know, why is America backing Israel on some of the dirt they're doing? I think it's because
well,
I think that there's a lot of money involved, there's a lot of power involved, and that's why it's like that. I don't think it's
our states are just aligned.
yeah, right. But
Like the
but
establishment of Israel is
but then we need to step back when they're doing fucking horrible shit. That there's some of the stuff they're doing. Carpet
that's
bombing.
not how alignment works. It's like what we do. Like we did that. We did that throughout the Middle East and through, after 9/11. That was what the US did. I've seen some interesting pieces about the impetuses for war and what has allowed America to get into world and international wars. And it's usually like this one event, this one thing that happens.
I just think
And then it's like, oh, that's too much. And it's like
you're over the line.
yeah, it was Pearl Harbor for no matter what was going on in World War II. Once Pearl Harbor happened, America was like,
It was
all right,
it's a
fuck it,
wrap.
we're in.
Everybody died.
And then they're dropping nuclear bombs like 2 years
Right.
later.
And I think that Israel, and I know that we might get some fucking flagging, and all of a sudden my gigs are pulled, which I think I've seen that happen with people where they say certain shit. I'm not saying all Jewish people, and I'm not backtracking on what I'm saying, but you're doing some fuck shit too, and they should be called out on their fuck shit, just like Hamas is being called out on their fuck shit.
And our American tax dollars go towards those efforts in a lot of ways. So
And
it really
battleships over
does.
there and all kind of shit. It's like, yo,
Yeah.
if so, we're gonna back somebody that's doing just as much. We're doing wrong too. They're doing wrong too. So you just say we're gonna back them. We're gonna back them all the way, and we're gonna. These people. This motherfucker said he wants to eradicate all Palestinians in a land that they are. That was their land.
And Hamas wants to eradicate all Jews.
All Jews.
Right.
And you know what happens?
So
Nothing gets done.
Yeah. And we're in this space.
It's fucked up.
The reality is 2 wrongs don't make a right. I think ultimately, if I could just say anything, in my opinion, in my humble opinion, that is definitive about this situation and interaction, is just that the establishment of Israel as a state in that region was problematic, in that there were people already living in those places, and there was a thing called a Nakba.
Yeah, Nakba. Yeah, I just saw a whole thing about that.
That was a forced exodus of Palestinians out of their homes and the lands they were living in. And whoever worked out those deals or whatever, I've seen clips of Eisenhower talking about it, about like, he's like, the Jews want to push the Arabs, the Palestinians into the sea, into the river, whatever. Like, and each side wants to push each other into the fucking ocean. 1948 WDMA. I see you, right? Also, there was I think what they called a Naksa in 1993, which wasn't about a forced exodus, but more of a forced occupation of the region. And I think overall, the ultimate 1948 situation, or I think actually the Oslo Accords were meant to create a 2-state solution, which meant that both Israel and Palestine could exist autonomously and self-governed by their own people. I think whatever the climate was that occurred there, the international community didn't want to deal with Yasser Arafat and the PLO.
Right.
And that left the door open for Hamas. So where you had I believe what I believe and have learned in the Palestinian Liberation Organization through Yasser Arafat was trying to work the implement just the way like land was taken from people, and that's just always going to be a hard thing.
Right, but no, it's a hard thing. But what
So
I'm saying is, the way the news puts it is always the victimization of Israel, not saying that Israel victimized Palestinians by taking their land, by making them live. They said it's the largest open air prison they've ever seen. It's crazy how they treat them. There's footage of showing how you can't walk down a certain part of the street.
yeah, you
Or,
can't walk
yeah,
down certain like
it's
Palestinians are not allowed to walk certain streets, and
crazy.
they have to navigate through their own backyards
Right.
and climb
So
over
so
walls and
so
shit like
why
that.
is it that America will not say, even though we're aligned with them, say, hey guys,
Bro,
like if you did some wild shit, if you ran over somebody, I'm gonna say something to you. I'm gonna say, hey man,
you
that dude
know,
just put his hand on your fucking car. You didn't have to run him over.
maybe this will get us in trouble. I don't know if we're trying to, but Israel is America's pit bull in the Middle East. In a region that's hectic as fuck, America has sat there with Israel on that big ass chain, and they be like,
Okay.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, just like, and bro, like, sometimes people are like, get your dog. And you're like, my dog's, oh no, she's friendly. She's
Yeah.
all good.
She's not, but she's
like,
tearing that
like,
guy's throat out.
bro,
But no, he's
there have
just
been there have been situations. I used to own a pit bull for 9 years, and one time she got off leash on me, and she was running towards this dude, and I swear that she was not gonna hurt this nigga. But when she's running at him, like, like I can also swear that he had every right to shit his pants, and he jumped into the bed of a truck that was there, and he was like, "Get your dog." And I'm like, "Oh no, she's friendly," but I also realized like, she doesn't look so friendly right now. You know
right.
what I mean? Like,
And so if you want to say that
my
that
bad.
Israel is America's pit bull, I feel like there's a certain point where you got to put your pit bull on a leash.
And I love pit bulls and
Okay,
Israel,
okay,
but you
but
can't
there's a
just let
certain
your pet
point,
run around.
right? You can't let them do that. And there's stuff they're doing right now by carpet bombing. It's just not good. It's not good because there's a lot of people that aren't even down with Hamas.
Also,
They're killing a lot of innocent motherfuckers that didn't have nothing to do with this shit. They just trying to live their life.
I've been seeing a lot of video clips of English speaking Israeli either diplomats or military representatives or former military or political representatives who have been calling for this Nakba, this eradication, this
Yes, I seen it.
driving of them. Like they're saying it out loud in a lot of situations, as far as I can tell. Again, we're in a time when, man, you're gonna have to fact check your ass off if you really give a fuck, because deep fakes are coming where they're gonna have AI making people say things that they didn't say. Um, these memes are dangerous because I just have a picture and some words, and that'll tag into your emotions. So it's like it takes a
But
lot
yeah,
to, but you know, when the videos I've seen really seem like the person was talking
well, right.
the
I
talk
know.
that they
I've
were
seen it. I've
talking.
seen it too. I know there's a lot of stuff that's deceptive and a lot of miscommunication out there. I'm saying to you, Pedro, from the research that I've done, because I do a lot of reading on the toilet because that's when I like information going in as I'm having stuff go out. And I'm telling you, a lot of the stuff that Israel has done seems like way over the fucking line. And I feel like
In
America,
violation of
right, violation of
war
all
crimes.
war crimes, and yet I don't see. I see on a lot of MSNBC has been checking them a little bit, but a lot of the main news networks, they're all acting like this victimization of Israel and stand with Israel. I'm not saying you shouldn't stand with Israel when they're attacked, but I don't think that you need to.
Hamas is wrong. Then it's not
You're right. It's
the way
there's
to
no
do
gray
it.
area
Like
about Hamas
that
being with
doesn't mean
Hamas.
you just go about clearing this shit out however you feel necessary.
Right,
Just
exactly.
like, bro, like
Yeah,
that's not
that's
what
some
it
fuck
is.
shit. So I just wanted to see Well, I mean, obviously, people in the feed are making comments, but I just wanted to see if I'm the only one that goes. So you can't say nothing pertaining to, and like, uh, you say something, and all of a sudden, people think you hate Jews or you're against the Jewish community. No, I don't. I don't have to be. I can say, I can walk and chew gum. I can see what's wrong and still say something and still be like, hey, I hope you have a fruitful life. But that's not cool. What you doing? Your dog's off the leash. Your dog is off the fucking leash.
And beyond our personal feelings, there are international war laws that are established.
That you're not
Let's just use that microscope or magnifying glass to look at that. We could, all of us, we could get out. Like, we don't need to be debating back and forth about what's right. There is an established international tribunal about what nations should be doing in times of what they declare to be war or not. Does Israel stand up to those standards? Are they operating within the parameters of those standards or not?
well.
Obviously, Hamas is not. Okay.
Hamas is not.
But that doesn't mean you close your eyes to what Israel's doing because blah blah blah, because your enemy isn't cooperating.
Right.
That's I learned that going to Afghanistan twice. It's just like our troops were
Yeah,
faced
been there
with
twice.
what do they call it? Rules of engagement, ROE, where they, it's like you get to the top of this bridge or whatever, and a group of dudes just drop their guns and put their hands in the air. It's
You
like
don't blast them then.
yeah, but you know that these are the dudes that have been shooting at you the whole time that you made. But once they drop their gun and put their hand, you can't do it. Like, you can't engage them like that anymore. So
Right.
and when you know that while Hamas and by the way, there's violence going on in the West Bank as well, which Hamas does not control.
At
So
all.
understand that there are these two major Palestinian regions, the West Bank and the Gaza Strip. The Gaza is what typically gets talked about, but there is violence being incurred upon the West Bank that is not controlled by Hamas. So that needs to be justified as well.
Well,
But
all I know is that the blowing up a hospital and where there's babies is, I understand it. I don't know if I just don't feel like that's. I mean, there's some things they're doing.
Israel is saying, and I'll acknowledge that Israel is saying that those incidences occurred because of Hamas. That Hamas missiles fell short and blah blah blah. War is going to be filled with propaganda. It's our job to try and do our due diligence. But what we do know is that historically there has been a stance on both sides. The extremist Muslim side in that area, like Hamas, has been about Jewish eradication. And honestly, in a lot of public settings, I believe that the Israeli administration has expressed an equal desire to eradicate the Muslim population in that area. So,
or you know
for
what?
tat, two wrongs
How
don't make
about
a
this?
right.
The people that aren't, if Hamas wants to stay there, and we'll wrap it up then. If Hamas wants to stay there and battle it out because they want the eradication of the Jewish community or Israel or whatever, but at least the people that are Palestinian that aren't about that, and if Egypt will open their fucking doors, let them leave. Let the people
That's not happening.
I
That's
know.
not
I mean,
realistic. That's not realistic.
no, but they said,
what we know will happen is that when those people leave that area, Israel will just take over that land. And
but that's just not cool.
Yeah, but Palestinians will never get it back. So I get that dichotomy.
I mean, while the war is going on, let these innocent people leave. Let the people that
I don't think either side wants to do that, because if all those, first of all, logistically, the UN has already recognized that's not possible for that amount of people, for over 1 million people to evacuate that area and just go somewhere else where they're not going to get
right.
There's nowhere to go for these people, right? This amount of people in this amount of time, there's just nowhere for them to go, right? Like leaving isn't a thing. And then if they do leave, Hamas is exposed if they stay, right? But also I just think, part of the narrative of Hamas using people as human shields help Israel blanket bomb shit and be like, hey, if they stop hiding among their population, if the population gives them up, then we would stop that. We wouldn't need to do this. So like, now Israel is dropping leaflets in the area. Like, we'll give you cash if you tell us where the hostages are.
I don't know, man.
Historically, that's
But
not.
everybody out there
like
that's
that.
listening, anybody, I just feel like I know it's going to be too hard for them to come to some kind of agreement, but it would be. I'm in a dream world because I feel like it would be nice if they tried to come to some kind of agreement pertaining to the land, and just stop killing each other, because this shit can go on forever, and it's not going to have an ending if we just murder, death, kill, genocide. It's just not going to. What the fuck were they doing?
Yeah. I got WDMA, and we'll bounce on this. WDMA is recognizing AJ Fit moving kilos. He says history has shown the death toll in Palestine is way above deaths in Israel. Typically, the response and
they got more weapons, they got more backing, they got more.
They're the state. They're the state. They are the state. All right, that's what it is. So. That being said, man, Savage AF, fuck your feelings. Facts matter.
Facts matter. But make sure you come check us out live. We got some shows coming up
next week.
But we got one tonight.
Tonight
at 8 o'clock.
We active.
Yeah, and then also check us out November 5th. Will we be at Mic Drop Comedy Club? Sunday, November 5th. Showtime is at 6:30. Won't probably get started till 7. Myself, Jason Rogers, and Black Pedro. We're gonna have a special guest host. Also, we're gonna be at the Ontario Improv. We'll be there. Actually, LJ will have 19 outfits ready to impress.
At least this nigga's gonna change on stage.
On stage, at least. So make sure you come check us out Wednesday, November 5th. First at 8 p.m. Now make sure if you want to get on the free guest list, inbox at Black Pedro or myself at Comedian Shang on IG, and you can give you free passes out in Ontario, California. It's a free guest list, so make sure you tell your friends to come out. And we want to let you know that also another free guest list. I'll be in Las Vegas at November 6th through the 12th at the LA Comedy Club. The LA Comedy Club in the Strat Hotel, casino and hotel. So make sure you come check that out if you get a chance. Come check out the live shows. And thank you for supporting Savage AF. I'm not trying to end on a downer, but I just been really thinking about some of the images I saw of what Israel over the decades have done to the Palestinians. And I'm like, nobody's going to talk about that too? Like, they're both wrong. They're both wrong. Hamas is super wrong, and they're wrong. We're going about it this way and not.
And Hamas is not Palestine.
It's not. Hamas is Hamas.
But Israel is Israel.
Israel is Israel.
They're a recognized state. And
right. So there's one of them is not everybody. Everybody's not Hamas. Hamas is not the entire Palestinian.
Not all Israelis are with the government.
Right.
In their actions.
But it's both of y'all need to put it this way. Y'all need to chill.
Right. Hey, with great power comes great responsibility. So whoever has the power in the region has the most responsibility.
Right.
Spider-Man.
So check it. I won't be here tomorrow. Sorry. I will be here. What's tomorrow?
Wednesday.
But I will be here Thursday, Friday. So because it's the middle of the day, I got to go to. I got to strip at the old folks' home.
Do that. Listen, guys, it's Tuesday, October 24th. We thank you guys for being here.
We rocked a little bit longer, about a half hour longer. Thank you guys for hanging in there. We'll see you tonight at the Miracle Theater. All right?
Deuces.